We got some breaking news for you Celtics fans. Kristaps Porzingis partaked in his first scrimmage this morning, and it's great news as Kristaps Porzingis should be ready to go for the start of the season, and I can't express how excited I am for that as a Celtics fan. Welcome back to this episode of Celtics Digest, where we'll dive into that Kristaps Porzingis news and how he'll look for the Celtics. Also, we'll be looking at Schakel signing a training camp deal with the Boston Celtics, and we'll be looking at the possibility of the Boston Celtics hosting the 2026 All-Star Game. Much more news in this episode of Celtics Digest, so get your popcorn ready, get seated, and let's get into this topic. But first, before we get into any details, I would like to let you guys know that 92% of our viewers are not subscribers, and would greatly appreciate it if you guys hit that big old red button and subscribe to Celtics Digest and join the Celtics Digest family. Would greatly appreciate it. We're on our way to get 1,000 subscribers, guys. We just hit over 400. We're getting there closer and closer after each video, and we can't thank you guys enough for the people that have already hit subscribe. But for the people that continue to watch our videos and enjoy our Celtics content but haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure to hit it, as we'll be providing Celtics content almost daily here. And if you guys missed it, this is the second upload today. We had an upload go up earlier about Jrue Holiday news, and I'll link that in the description as well, so you guys can check out that video after this one. But let's get into the news, starting off with the Celtics possibly hosting the All-Star Game in 2026. And I think this is great news for Boston sports fans, as we haven't seen an All-Star Game here in Boston, at least in my lifetime, in the past 20 years. And I know that Boston isn't the greatest home for All-Star games, as a lot of people want to go to bigger cities and warmer cities with a nice climate and actual nice people around, and the NBA doesn't really view Boston as that. But I think this could be great for the Celtics to bring in some star players possibly to Boston in the future, and I think this is for the great of the exposure of bringing Boston into the light of the NBA. As you can see from Adam Himmelsbach, he said that the Celtics have been focused on the 2026 bid for the All-Star Game after Shams Charania reported that the NBA is nearing plans for the Warriors to host the 2025 All-Star Weekend, and Adam Himmelsbach was reporting that the Celtics are on it to get the 2026 bid. I think that would be great for Celtics fans. Obviously, like I said, I think the exposure of having the All-Star Game with all these stars in Boston would be amazing for the city. I think that it would ultimately show these stars, too, that the Celtics are a winning championship, and that even though the city isn't like big, bright lights, isn't the best weather, isn't the flashiest, it has people that care and the fans that are devoted, and I'm hoping that with Tatum and Brown hopefully being all-stars in this game, the fans can show that appreciation to them in the All-Star Game, and then hopefully other stars can see that appreciation throughout the league. But let's get into some more news regarding the Celtics. We're talking about All-Star Game. We're talking about another deal. Schakel signs a training camp deal with the Boston Celtics, and this was reported yesterday, but amidst all the Jrue Holiday news and this being a training camp deal, I thought we could focus it on this video, and let's break it down. So Keith Smith reported this. Actually, he does some Boston Celtics reporting, and I love to say, Keith Smith, keep up the good work. I greatly appreciate everything you put out. But he says that the Celtics have signed guard Jordan Schakel to a non-guaranteed training camp contract, and the league source told Spot Track. Now, personally, I didn't know who Jordan Schakel was before I heard of this tweet, so I had to look up and do some research myself, and I saw from Real GM they had a little bit of a breakdown here. They said that Schakel spent parts of the last 2 seasons with the Washington Wizards. He spent most of that time on a 2-way contract with the Capital City Go-Go. In 50 total G League games between the Go-Go and the Santa Cruz Warriors, Schakel averaged 12.1 points on 45% shooting from the field, 39% shooting from 3, and 89% shooting from the free throw, and that is really good shooting numbers coming out of a G League player. Obviously, it is a guy that's mainly on a 2-way contract and a G League guy, so he'll definitely be competing for one of those 2-way spots. I believe he signed an Exhibit 10-day contract, which means he gets invited to the training camp. He will participate in the training camp with the Celtics. If the Celtics like what they see out of Jordan Schakel, they can offer him a 2-way deal, and they have 3 of those deals. At the moment right now, we have them offered to Jay Scrubb, J.D. Davison, and Neemias Queta. But if the possibility were for one of the guys on the Celtics roster to get waived and one of the 2-way guys were to get picked up, a guy like Jordan Schakel or maybe even Taylor Funk, who we've seen in news as well, could possibly be one of the guys picked up to a nice 2-way deal and could be playing for the G League Celtics team. If not, Jordan Schakel still gets a tryout with a nice Celtics roster, a team that's competing for a championship, gets his shot to shine and show that he has some great shooting ability, and I think he could actually maybe work his way for a 2-way contract. Obviously, the Celtics have a guy that I think very reminds me similar of Schakel, and that is Svi Mikhailiuk. Now, Svi Mikhailiuk's on a deal where it's not guaranteed to the regular season. So in training camp, if Schakel were to be a better shooter and provide better shooting splits than Svi Mykhailiuk, I could see possibly Schakel taking over that job over Svi Mykhailiuk. But the likelihood is that Schakel will either just get a training camp tryout or will get a spot on the Celtics G League team, and we might see some minutes on him on the regular team. But let's get into the main news at hand and the most exciting news of all today, which is Kristaps Porzingis is partaking in scrimmages. Woohoo! Yeah! Let's go. Kristaps Porzingis is back, baby. And this is great for Boston Celtics fans. Obviously, there have been so much concern over the Marcus Smart trade. Fans saying Marcus Smart's the soul of the team, including myself saying that he's the soul of the team, he's the heart of the team. Why did we have to get rid of him? And then, obviously, bringing in Kristaps Porzingis, a lot of people were like, but he's going to be a third scorer, he's going to average 20 points, he's going to show us looks at the big men that we haven't been able to show with guys like Robert Williams and Al Horford. He can stretch the floor at the big man, and that's really great for the Celtics. The only problem was leading up to the season was that, obviously, Kristaps Porzingis sat out during the FIBA World Cup for Team Latvia because he had plantar fasciitis. But as we can see from Adam Himmelsbach, again, great reporting, Adam, he says per source that the Kristaps Porzingis took part in his first scrimmage Wednesday and since being shut down due to his foot injury, and he looked great and had no issues. And this is awesome here. Obviously, we want the main guy that we traded for in this trade to be fully healthy, ready to go for the start of the season. And there were generally some concerns leading up to the season that if Kristaps Porzingis was able to be ready to go. But I'm very happy that he did decide to rest the FIBA World Cup, hopefully not re-agitate his injury, and actually preserve himself for the regular season. And that, I think, shows to Celtics fans and what he actually cares about. Obviously, on this Latvian team, he would have had a chance to do pretty well in the FIBA World Cup. He would have been one of their main superstars, and he would have been one of the guys carrying that team, and Latvia could have had a good shot in the FIBA World Cup. But the fact that he's prioritizing his NBA career and actually wanting to stay healthy, keeping him with this extension, he wants to play for the Celtics, stay here long term. I think Kristaps Porzingis is actually buying into being this third all-star for the Celtics, and I'm totally here for it. I'm super excited to see it, and I can't wait for when the season starts on October 25th and we get to see Kristaps Porzingis in that green. Obviously, it would be sad not to have our heart and soul Marcus Smart in the jersey anymore, but I'm so excited to hear that Kristaps Porzingis is actually practicing. He's actually actively getting ready to go. There seem to be no setbacks. The Celtics seem to be ready to go at the start of the season, and on Media Day on Monday, hopefully we'll have some more questions answered on Kristaps Porzingis' health, and hopefully we'll figure out what the potential starting lineup is for the Boston Celtics. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you guys excited that Kristaps Porzingis is ready to go, and are you happy that Kristaps Porzingis is a Boston Celtic? Let me know what you guys think also about the All-Star game. Do you guys think that it would be great for the Celtics in the city of Boston to host an All-Star game? And let me know what you guys think about Jordan Schakel as well. Do you think he possibly could get a roster spot? If anyone knows about him, I'd love to hear about him in the comment section below. Like always, I want to say thank you guys for everyone who has subscribed to Celtics Digest and the ones that tune into our content. We greatly appreciate you guys here. Until next time, I'm Bruce Veliz. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.